You're gonna like this guy. He's all right. He's a good fella. He's one of us.
The Good Life podcast, episode 10. A very special episode today. We've got Mr. Jose Gomez on. Short introduction from me, first and foremost. I mean, we've worked together for quite a while now, and I was looking through some of your stats on the app this morning. You started off 86 kg, 25% body fat. You have locked in this week 69 kg, 8% body fat, single-digit body fat percentages, father of two, so 17 kg loss. Welcome to the podcast, my man.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Very proud to be here. Thank you for the invite. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very good talk.
We're going to interrogate you for an hour, so lock in for this one.
Get prepared.
But let's get a little bit more in detail before we get into the nitty-gritty of how you've gone through this transformation. Who is Jose Gomez?
So I'm Mexican, 38 years old, about to be 39 in October. I'm a father of two lovely daughters, husband of my beautiful wife, Carolina, which she has been a huge support for me during this whole transition process. And I'm a commercial airline pilot working here in the UAE for one of the biggest flagships, not even in the UAE,
Worldwide.
but in the world, yeah. So yeah, we're going to get into details of how I managed to do it, but this is basically my life.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. And obviously being a pilot, that would have thrown up quite a few problems, right? All the traveling, the different time zones, etc. What actually, before we go into how you dealt with that, what actually got you into that career?
Well, actually, when I was young, I remember I always loved planes, you know. I remember my dad used to take me to the airport in Mexico to see just the planes take off and land. And I think something ignited on me that I said, I really want to do that. So I started very, very young dreaming about becoming a pilot. At some point, my dad and my mom, they refused to accept that I wanted to be a pilot. So they tried to push me to go through engineering, all kind of stuff that is a family legacy, basically, right? So they say, no, I mean, being a pilot in Mexico is so complicated and you're going to encounter so many challenges. Maybe you're not going to be successful on that. But, that's one of the things I always got. If something gets into my mind, I'm really locked in for that.
I can tell.
I never abandon. Yeah, you can tell.
yeah, I can tell. Obsession, but a good obsession, right?
Yeah.
People think that this is a bad thing or, it's too much or it's OCD or whatever it is.
No.
It's just high standards.
Yeah, exactly. It's high standards. So in the end, I was very lucky because everything happened into the right place in the right moment. So they didn't have any other option just to support me. And here we are. I mean, I started when I was 18 years old in 2006, and I got my first job professional and commercially in 2008. And since then, non-stop flying. So it's been 18 years of a beautiful and amazing career.
Wow. Do you still love it? Do you still love it? Obviously, you grew up loving it and you had these dreams. Do you feel like you're living the dream every day?
Of course. I mean, the passion is there. The love is different, because before I got my family, I got engaged and married with my wife. Everything was all around aviation, that was my main focus. But now after getting married and then being dad and parent of two girls, it's like everything changes, I mean, I still love my job, but now I think I have to give love to all these parts surrounding me.
It's a balance.
It's a balance.
How is it being a father of two girls, right? So you've got Julio, who's 4 actually this weekend, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the party. I noticed, right? This guy's organised a birthday party. Guess where?
What, is it a gym?
By the pool.
Oh, there we go. There we
So we got a
go.
photo
It's
shoot
a
tomorrow,
no-brainer.
pool party Saturday.
Now it all makes sense.
Tops are going to be off.
If you want to
All
go,
makes
you're
sense.
invited, but I don't know if you're going to be with
Thank you.
a bunch of kids.
All the kids.
The
playing
day after his
around
photo
and-
shoot, Tan's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, mate, them dads, I feel sorry, man, for what's about to come. But so coming up to 4, and then obviously during your transformational process, you had another daughter as well. So you were outnumbered by women in the household. How is that?
Oh, man.
Be careful what you say.
Yeah,
Be careful what you say
extremely
right
careful
now.
about this. No, listen, it is amazing. I mean, being the only man in the house gives you that kind of, I would say, leadership is shared with my wife, right? Because we both are the leaders in the house. But I love to take my accountability and responsibilities as a dad, and the way I see myself, and that's exactly one of the reasons why I started with this transformation progress, because I said, I don't want my daughters to look at her dad and say, oh, my dad is chubby. Oh, my dad is weak. Oh, my dad's mindset is weak. No, I said, I want them to have high standards in life. And literally the first image that they got from a man is the dad. So I said, I want to be literally the standard. So then she can raise the bar and then she can look for whatever they want.
Struggle to find a man on your level. It's going to take a while, but that's the way it should be. And you know, there's a big misconception that I hear from dads that when you have a daughter, it makes you soft and it makes you calm. And I understand that element of it, but it shouldn't make you weak. It should make you strong, right? And for me, I've noticed since having my daughter, she is just like the golden child. She absolutely loves me. Like if I walk in, she will not look at me. She's constantly scanning and trying to find me, whereas the boys are a bit different. They do bring a different energy, but like you said, you just want to set the standard. So yeah, you're the first man that she knows. So amazing, and congratulations. So how old is your youngest now?
Paula is 6 months. She's about to turn 7 months on the 17th of this month. So yeah,
amazing.
It is amazing. And I got the same with Paula. You know, every time I enter into the room and she sees me, it's like her literally world changes. You can see the bride in her eyes.
I don't know why she loves you so much. You don't do as much as me.
I know. And I basically just change the diapers, play a bit and everything. But this, I mean, it's beautiful. Honestly.
Yeah,
it's
unbelievable.
A beautiful feeling.
Unbelievable. So let's go on to the transformation. So what made you initially reach out to get coaching and get help? How did that moment come around?
It was basically... again, everything came into the right place. And it's a very funny story, I told you before, right? So my wife is in this ladies chat, Hispanic ladies chat in Dubai, right? And I don't know why, but somebody posted a photo of George. I think it was Griselda that posted a photo of George.
Of me,
and
not her transformation. I mean,
her transformation, and then everyone started to ask, well, who's the coach?
Yeah, of course.
And then she posted a picture of George.
Oh no!
And
I would love to see this photo.
I'd love to see this photo.
It must have worked. It must have been a good one because this man's coming.
And then I was reading the chat with my wife. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, boy, it is so funny. So then I said to Carolina, listen, I'm going to give it a try, because before reaching you out, I sent my queries to another performance coaches and they never got back to me, right? So we started to chat, and then the reason behind I wanted this transformation is I was getting stuck in life, basically. I went through very hard bumps last 2 years because I failed a very important process of my career with this airline. So I failed to become a commander. And never happened to me before. I mean, I never failed at training. I used to be a commander before in Mexico, but it's completely different, right? So I consider myself a very resilient person, but this really hit me hard. So I think I hit the bottom, and then it started to affecting me in the way that I was having problems with my wife, with myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I said, like, who are you? Literally, who are you? I mean, you are literally doing zero for you. So that's when I start to switch my mindset, and I said, come on, you got so many good things to live for. I mean, you're gonna be a dad for the second time. You have an incredible job. Whatever happened, it was your fault, so you have to be accountable of it. I mean, what happened, of course, there's always parties involved, and everyone has to take their responsibility on this, but mainly it was because of me. I'm not gonna say because I was not very well prepared. I don't know. Things happen for a reason, you know? But I'm really glad that it happened, because otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Wow.
I think when you're like rock bottom, or whether you're rock bottom or feeling low and just not yourself, you have two options, right? You can either sit in that moment and let it fester and grow and do nothing about it, or you can step up and make the change and get out of that place and get to a place you want to be.
And that explains to me now, when we had our initial call, you were so keen to take action. And usually from someone's initial call, I can tell how they're going to do in the transformation. Not always, but a lot of the times, if people are just like, right, let's do this, they jump in, they're all in instantly. Usually you've got a pretty good feeling about the transformation. And for you, it was like that. It was fast moving. Like you decided you were doing it, and that was it.
Yeah, exactly. And for a single moment, I never had doubt that I was going to make it. I think this has to be the most important thing, I mean, talking about myself, that I have ever taken action for, because I said, this is not backing me down. This is, I mean, I'm going to do it. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to give my 100% of this because I deserve it. I need this change. And that's what I started to do, I started to change my mindset, flip the mindset. I always been resilient. I always been a very positive person. So every time I face any challenge, I always try to think, slow down, and take action. But this time, I think I did it in the same way, but more thoroughly, more methodically, more disciplined and devotional, I would say.
But previously to getting coaching, you were actually in a pretty good position fitness-wise, right? Like in the past, you've done some races and endurance stuff and whatnot, right?
I always been an active person. I mean, I always been into sports. When I was a teenager, I was playing football. I mean, I was not very good at it, but still, right? I was playing football. Karate, I did some martial arts as well when I was younger. All sort of sports. But gym, of course, I used to be that kind of person that, no, gym is boring. No. I mean, what are the benefits of doing weightlifting?
We're about to find out.
People always come I've always
Yeah.
played sports and I just enjoy chasing a ball around. And don't we all enjoy playing paddle and playing sports? But ultimately, resistance training is there to serve a purpose of getting the body that you want and being proud in your body, which is an important thing. Keeping your body bulletproof and injury-free and improving your testosterone and your health markers. So it's not just everything you do in your life has to be so fun. Some things are just necessary to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
For general function, right?
I mean, I trained for a marathon, which I ran in 2024 with my wife. And I have to say that has been like literally painful, that training for the marathon. But I was heavier. I never felt like I was actually going to make a brilliant race, Mm-hmm. But I tried to convince myself that I was going to make it sub 4, and then everything was going right into the track. But anyway, I ended up doing the marathon in 4 hours and 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Carolina, who's my wife, she said like, I'm just going to run the marathon. She ended up running the marathon in 3 hours and 45 minutes.
That's crazy, by the way,
first
right?
marathon. Yeah,
that excites me for both of you to see where you can get, because
Yeah.
for people listening, Carolina's also in the program. So to see when you two are dialed in, you're obviously improving your body composition, then foundations are in place, I think, with proper prep.
Which, by the way, thank you very much for that, because Carolina, she looks amazing.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I saw the photo of you two.
Every day I see Carolina, I said,
For someone who's had 2 babies as well and looking that lean.
She looks amazing. She looks amazing.
It's incredible.
She's been locked in as well.
Yeah, amazing. So let's skip to now then. What results have you seen? Obviously, I've touched on some there. 17 kg of loss, 86 to 69, 25% body fat to 8%. What other results outside of the direct result have you seen?
I think what I tell everyone who asks me is, and even I have to say this is my biggest result, is the flip of the mindset. Because whenever you're decided to do something, you need to be accountable. We have to talk about it. I mean, if you don't put all the effort, if you don't locked in, what is the purpose of doing this? So I think for me, the mindset was the biggest change on myself. Of course, I'm with the change of mindset. All the changes came along, the fat loss and my energy levels, my nutrition, everything went like literally in a smooth process. So the biggest change, of course, has to be the mindset. I'm more like I used to rush into my decisions before, and now I really take my time. I think twice. Of course, I've been doing some readings and Goggins, of course, that guy, David Goggins.
The GOAT.
And some other books like Ikigai and Atomic Habits. All of those things started to compound, and then I started to apply whatever I learned from them, of course, from you guys as well, because this is your lifestyle, right? I mean, this is what you do for yourself, and then it pays out. So it's basically the biggest change that I've noticed is the mindset. Like, it really, really, really changed. I'm more like a more relaxed,
calm, composed,
in control. Exactly, that's the word, in control.
Not reckless decision making. Every time someone goes for a transformation, everyone joins a program. I want to get single digit body fat percentage. I want to get a 6-pack. I want to do a photo shoot. they get there, you ask them the result, and they never even say, I mean, your photo shoot is tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing day of celebration, but it's never the top result, right? It's the person you've become, the father figure, the authority, knowing that you can trust yourself to make the right decisions. I think it's huge.
It is huge. And honestly, I never thought that this, because again, I'm not overconfident of myself, but I always knew my value as a person, right? But this transformation progress, what it did to me is just polish who I am. And every time I looked myself into the mirror, I said, man, you deserve an applause. And every time I look at my previous pictures, last time I said to Carolina, because I think I did a mistake last time when we were talking about it. I insulted myself, right? I said, who's this fatso guy in the pictures? And I said, no, I'm never going to insult myself because of that guy, I am who I am now. So 100%. Instead of being rude with me, I think I'm going to be grateful because this was part of my life, right? This is a stage of my life, which I'm never going to go back. But thanks to that stage of my life and thanks to that old Jose, here I am.
We're all figuring it out, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And sometimes we take a step backwards to take 2, 3, 4, 5 forward, you know. It's not always, we put a post out on social media the other day, didn't we, about it's not always linear. Like sometimes in life things don't go to plan, but I sort of said it earlier, it's about how you bounce back. And I just think as well, the whole point of a transformation is just to raise your standards all around. You've gone from starting the transformation to reading books about how your habits can get better, reading Goggins stuff, what crazy challenges you can do, which we'll probably get onto later. But yeah, I think it is a genuine transformation. It's not just physique, is it? It is everything from the mind to the body and to everything else.
Yeah. It is true.
I was speaking to someone about what we do the other day, and I explained, you know, the whole system and coaching, the training, the nutrition, the lifestyle, and they said, "Oh, just a diet plan." And I said, "Well, wait a minute, whoa! Like this is not just a diet plan." And you're obviously a great example of someone who has actually fully embedded yourself in the coaching and actually utilised every element of it, because so many people throw money at a coach and go, right, over to you now. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. You know, what you put in, what you both put in, sort of, I think you said it, Ben, you put in 80%, you get 80% back. You put in 100%, you get 100% back. 20% in, 20% back. And it is a 50-50 relationship. And I feel like for you have given it your all, even though there's been ups and downs. And I think the big thing for yourself is your lifestyle can go through different phases of life, right? Like 1 minute you can be at home in routine and stable, and then all of a sudden you're here, there and everywhere all over the world. So I guess that brings us on to that. How do you manage getting to 8% body fat whilst traveling the world and living out of hotels?
Well, I mean, it is very difficult, honestly. You're required to be very dialed in and locked in, which I did, right? So because I fly worldwide, I don't follow the same time schedule in Dubai, right? So sometimes I was landing in, let's say, San Francisco, which is 12 hours behind Dubai. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to take a quick nap. Then I'm going to gear up and go to the gym, because if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it for the whole day over. So it was basically that, you know, try to get some rest, go do whatever you need to do, go to the gym, eat healthy. Because, of course, whenever you are not at home, it's very difficult to track your calories, your nutrition, because the chef is not going to cook what you're cooking at home, right? He's going to put his own ingredients. So you don't have control of that. But I always try to be in control of what I can. And whenever I'm back in Dubai, then I'll do it like the way it has to be. But yeah, it's quite challenging, because your body is, your circadian cycle, is like all over the place. But I've been flying in this company for the last 7 years, so I think my body is now get used to these kind of changes in the time zone. So basically what I do is, whenever I feel tired, I just sleep. It doesn't matter if it's 3 p.m. in the destination or it's 2 a.m. in Dubai time. If I feel sleepy, I'm just gonna go to sleep, because you have to listen to your body. And if you're not well rested, then it doesn't matter if you follow your nutrition or if you go to the gym and do your training session. Your body's not gonna have any benefits of it if you don't sleep and you don't do the things that you need to do. So that's how I try to manage my trainings, my nutrition whenever I'm not in Dubai. It is difficult, yeah, but it's doable.
I think one of the things you said there, which you just control what you can control.
Exactly.
But if you can't get to the gym because there's no gym, you can't get to the gym. But what can you do? It doesn't mean you need to go to the shop and buy a chocolate bar, or can you still go for a walk? Yeah, you can control that.
Yeah.
Like, you control what you can control, and I think that goes for everything. Nothing's ever going to be ideal, and sometimes things are out of your control. So you just no point worrying about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard something from a famous tennis player, I forgot who it was, and he said that his mindset when he goes into a tennis match is to not think of the tournament, or not think of the game, or not even think of the set. He thinks of the next point and just like winning the next point. And I always think that transfers over to health and fitness, of like, instead of thinking of the bigger picture and the transformation in your whole week, like when you're traveling and you're on the go, there's probably so many decisions. The best way to think about it is like, what is the next best thing that I can do? And for you, a lot of the time, get some rest. Then what's the next best thing? Get up, hydrate,
Yeah.
go to the gym. And then all of a sudden, you start winning every point, and you'll start winning the days, you'll start winning the weeks, the months. And that's how transformation happens, by breaking it down into those small things. But yeah, for me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I have respect for you who's doing it all over the world, because without sleep, man, on different time schedules, that's brutal.
And then you get this...
and then you come home and you've got newborn children to deal with.
I know, yeah, it's crazy, because most of the time when I come back to Dubai, is literally I'm landing like 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, and then I have to wake up, whenever I'm at home, I wake up early in the morning, because it's my only time that I have to do my exercises, because I have to dress up Julia. My wife and I, we have to dress up Julia, get her ready for the school, and then we drop her on the school, and then we come back, we play with Paula, blah 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 blah. Also, I mean the parent thing that you have to do, right?
So what would your advice be to a working dad who's working a lot of hours, who's got young children, who's not prioritizing their health? Their life is obviously very difficult already. What's your advice to someone like this?
Time is your problem, literally. You have to make time for yourself. So time, it is on you. Time is relative, we know, but if you don't do the effort, if you don't play your cards right, if you don't wake up early and do whatever you need to do, then honestly, you're not going to have a single minute for you, especially if you're at that. So that's why you need to be organized. That's why you need to be accountable, and that's why you need to be like very determined to do whatever you need to do. So in my case, I wake up whenever I'm at home, 4:30 in the morning, 5 a.m. I'm at the gym, so to be back at home 6:30, and then we start the day. By 8:30, I'm out, literally. Yeah. I'm out.
Done.
To
Fully done. I love that.
exactly
When you're reading the story, you're like this, kind of sleep. Yeah.
One of the biggest, as well, mindset, and one of the greatest thing that happened to me during this transformation is social media. I was an addict of Instagram, which caused me a million problems with my wife, everything, blah, 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 because all the time I was like literally in front of the screen. And when I started this progress and this transformation, I said, you know what? I need to stop doing this and then focus on me, because literally social media, if you don't use it for the right purposes, it drains you. Literally, you can spend 5, 6, 7 hours just scrolling, and there's zero benefit on that.
I think like we actually do underestimate how much time we actually do have. Don't get me wrong, some days are very busy, and I'm not a parent myself, but I think even for me, the amount of times maybe I'm on my phone, and before I know it, I've wasted 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's enough to prep food for the next day, for example. And we do underestimate how much time we actually do have. If someone ever says to me, I've just got no time, the first thing I say is, send me over your calendar.
Yeah.
And
order your time.
Yeah. And send me over your calendar, and let's break it down. And all of a sudden, there's gaps everywhere where things can get done.
And you know what I did in the end? I said, okay, I'm just going to delete Instagram from my cell phone. So every now and then I go to Instagram, but it's literally like once a week, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is, okay, now before I go to bed, like 1 hour before going to bed, I just go to YouTube and then start scrolling videos and shorts about coffee.
The important stuff.
Yeah,
the important
barbecue.
stuff.
Literally, if you go to my feed, you're gonna
See,
see
you pages are the exact same. Barbecues and coffee.
watches,
Running.
gym, running.
Garmin watches.
Yes.
Amazing.
Love
But
it.
yeah,
No, I think there's that saying, isn't it? It's like if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. And
Yeah.
something that comes up all the time, we've had a few conversations with people who are dads or very, very busy careers. It is all about preparation. Like, you can't wing it. Sometimes you cannot wing it. And people try and wing it. They're like, oh, what shall I do at the gym today? Or what shall I have for breakfast today? You should know that. You should know that 48 hours before,
You
not
need to
even
plan
12
in
hours
advance.
before.
And
Absolutely.
that's exactly what I say sometimes to whoever asks me, you know, like, how did you do it? I said, man, there's no science behind. If I could do it, you can do it. You just have to align your mindset. End of the story.
The morning window is a lifesaver. The 5 till 7, or for you it's a little bit earlier, 5 till 6:30, I think is the golden window where you serve yourself first. It's done. It's a non-negotiable. The amount of people I've spoke to over the years where you ask them, out of 10, how much of a priority is your health? Busy business owner, parent, someone who's got no time. Everyone will always say 10 out of 10. And then it's like, oh, but you're 30+% body fat. I'm not shaming people for being overweight, but someone's body is a reflection of the effort they're putting in and the standards they have, right? So it's a very clear distinction that they're not prioritizing their health. They're not treating it as a true 10 out of 10, really. So yeah, I think if it is a 10 out of 10, you have to act like it's a 10 out of 10. You can't just say it and then not behave like that. So yeah, audit in your schedule. I've got back on using Google Calendar, time blocking to make you effective with that, I think is a game changer.
I don't know how to use it though, but I think I'm going to learn.
We'll run through it. I'm actually going to do a video I
Yeah.
said to Ben this week. Every so often I got into a point where I'd done it so rigidly that it eventually just become effortless. But then after a while, your life starts changing, have twins or whatever, everything starts adapting. And then I had to redo it because I felt myself slipping. And I think, like you said, the busier you get, the more that you have to look at the finer details. I've done the same as well. I took myself off of X, Twitter. I took myself off of TikTok completely because I don't create on them platforms. And if you're not creating, why consume? And for me, it's been a lifesaver all that time back as well. And even just the emotional changes. For me, I used to go on X and you see the most brutal stuff on there. And it doesn't put you in a good frame of mind.
Nothing good on there.
It does not. All the political stuff and whatnot, it's like, no. If we all just focused on our own lives, we would all live much better.
It's a roller coaster of emotions because you see something good is happening and then few more seconds it's like, no, everything is going bad. It's like, give me a break. Yeah,
I think something is though, like the majority of people actually know when something doesn't make them feel great, but some people just aren't willing to change that.
Yeah.
Again, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Like for you were in a place where you weren't happy, so what did you do? You made a change. If you didn't make a change, then nothing would have changed.
No.
Talking about being on X and it making you feel a certain way. If you're still scrolling, you're probably always going to feel that way. But if you're not happy, make a change. Simple as that.
Yeah, you need to be exactly. You need to do some changes.
So we talk about you being single digits, looking ripped. So I'm going to say it all for you. Don't worry. Photo shoot tomorrow. All these amazing things. Let's talk about the downsides. The sacrifices that come with that, because everything has a trade-off, right? What are some of the biggest sacrifices you've had to make to get to this?
I'm a sweet tooth man, honestly. I love all the kind of sweetie, chunky, fudgy things.
Yeah.
And
Tell
for me,
about it.
take it away momentarily from my life. It was the biggest challenge, because I said I usually have these midnight cravings, where I go to the kitchen and if I see cookies.
This was previous Jose.
Yeah, that was previous.
Definitely not this Jose.
No, now it's like I need to control myself. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I still have these cravings, but it's like, okay, I can manage now. I said, if you wait a little bit longer, tomorrow you're gonna have your oatmeal with fruits and everything, and it's gonna be very tasty, and it is tasty, But yeah, it required a lot of sacrifices. I would say, just for the nutrition part, I do not consider I was a bad eater before the plan. The problem was I wasn't paying attention in the portions. I was overeating. If instead of eating, 120 grams of chicken, I was eating 500. And it was healthy food though, but still the portions were not the correct ones for me. So that's why I was like, why I'm not losing weight if I'm eating healthy?
So that happens to so many people. They think they're doing the right things, and that's why I'm never going to be able to get a transformation. I eat healthy, I walk about, I go to the gym a few times a week. But until you're actually tracking and logging, you have no idea what the input is. What gets measured gets managed, as simple as that.
Yeah.
And if you're not measuring it, you can't manage it. Even for me, who's been doing this for over decades now, I still can't just put something on a plate and be like, oh, that's 150 grams. I might have a little bit of an educated guess.
Yeah,
but it's so easy to do, and you do that every day for a week. Your calories have ramped up.
Yeah, and you notice that if for any reason you didn't weight your food, then if you keep on doing that, it's gonna compound, but in the bad way, you know, and it's gonna be like, oh, where did this came from?
And then
you
you
know?
realise, you're like, how did this body get
Yeah,
here? That's how
yeah.
people get out of shape, or even
Yeah.
in shape. Sometimes people get in shape and go, how have I got these
Yeah.
abs?
Yeah.
I mean, are you in disbelief with your abs?
Honestly, last time I was, I was without the shirt, and Carolina saw me and she said, I was never expecting to see your abs.
It's
I
crazy,
said,
isn't it?
Neither than me, but I mean, here they are. Look,
Have you seen your abs in your life before?
No,
Never.
never.
As an adult?
No. I mean, I came from this part of the world where moms think that the chubbier you are, the healthier you will be.
yeah.
Feeders.
Feeders,
yeah.
givers, yeah.
So that is a very cultural thing that we have, right? So all the time, I mean, when I was a kiddo, I remember my dad, like my mom, she was always taking me to the nutritionist and everything, and I always suffered with these weight problems, right? I was never this lean and kid, I would say. I was always the chubby one, and then of course when I became a teenager, I started to push a little bit harder. So I wouldn't say rip, but I was lean. But then I entered to work, and then everything started to be a mess. But it's all about how you track your food, how you listen to your body, how you control yourself with your cravings. So for me, for example, if I'm craving for something sweet, now I know that instead of getting one cookie or one chocolate bar, I will get one date, and that's going to be enough.
Dates
are
are great, by the
great.
way. Dates are
By the
literally elite,
And
by
if
the
you
way.
put like the
How
chocolate,
no one eats dates until they come to the UAE.
Yeah.
I never discovered these.
It's, the first time I had a date was when I came to visit you a few years ago, and you were like, have you ever had a date? And I was like, no, what is it? And you tried one, I've never gone back. Incredible.
That and coffee.
Yeah,
This
that's what you
place
need.
transforms
Yeah.
you. Done.
coffee, I
Shredded.
know. It's amazing. Yeah.
One thing I just want to touch on is it's so common for people to come into the program or they discuss a program, they genuinely don't believe they can get in as good shape as you've been. They think it's impossible. It's not for them. They haven't got that body type, and it's so
I
common.
don't want to become that obsessed.
Yeah.
It's too serious.
Yeah.
It's too extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so then what's the purpose, right, of enrolling into the transformation if you are already thinking that you cannot do it?
100%.
But is it extreme? Really?
No. Honestly, I have to say something. For the whole year and 2 months-ish that I've been training with you guys, I can tell you, and you've seen my records, I do never skip any training
No,
session.
never. You're always training, man.
I always train.
If anything,
and
you train more, and I'm like, calm down.
Calm down, stop. Injury pending.
And I cannot tell a single day that I have to say, or that I have say, no, I don't want to go to the gym. Literally, I don't want to know anything about the gym. No, the other way around. It's like gym time. Okay, gear up, go.
I think that's obviously the habits that you've built. You've just sort of embedded it. But I think it's just also when you start feeling better and you start seeing the results, it is the most addictive thing in the world. And you are like, for me, I've got such a big sweet tooth as well. But when you're in shape and you feel fit and healthy, there's no better feeling. And it almost outweighs that craving or whatever it might be.
Yeah. And I have to say something though. It's like, I was actually thinking about it last time. And it's becoming like recurrent, but then I try to keep myself out of it. I'm so afraid of getting back to who I was, But then I said, no, you've come this far, so why would you? But I got this in the back of my head.
Do you know what? It's because your mind hasn't caught up with your body yet. Because it's such a short space of time of your change. You haven't kind of proved to yourself over a long enough distance that you can keep this, which is the next phase you're going to go on to, which is an exciting phase and arguably a harder phase when you go through the reverse diet and you bring the calories up and you stabilize. And the goal there is to teach you, right, you've got this new physique, how do you keep it off? And I think really once you get through that, you're in a position where, but it does take a while,
It takes a while because
it does take a while.
It happens to me every now and then, like my mind's still on this belief of the guy in the mirror, because every time I used to be, I'm not going to say I was ashamed, but of course, when I was looking in myself into the mirror like 1 year ago, I was like, eesh. And now You know, sometimes I'm just brushing my teeth, and instead of look at myself in the mirror and say, come on.
But think of how many years you've had that belief of yourself versus what 1 year of now this. It is going to take a while to transform.
Something I see as well, like in client check-in photos, sometimes our first photos are all hunched over, like looking down, almost like embarrassed or ashamed. 6 to 12 months later, their shoulders are pinned back, they're almost smiling, and just in that, like their whole like persona has completely changed. Something I just wanted to touch on, Jose, is over the last 12 months, you sort of said like you would maybe not ashamed, but maybe disappointed or just not happy with where you were. Do you think your performance and sort of stuff at work has improved as well since you've been on this? You do?
Yeah, big time. I mean, again, all of this helped me a lot of not taking rushed decisions. You know, like good things take time to build.
100%.
So you need to be patient. You need to trust the process, trust the coaches. And the most important thing, trust in yourself. Because if you don't trust yourself, then nothing is going to happen. So slow down, take it easy. Sometimes when you enroll to these kind of programs, you said like, I wanna look results like literally in 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time.
I was going to say, you've never actually mentioned time frames to me. You've always just been committed to the result. However long that takes that time. But you've always been, that's where I want to get to, and I'll get there. But you've never mentioned, oh, George, this date, this number.
Yeah.
It's just been a process that you've been focusing on.
It's been a long process, but it's been a very enjoyable process, honestly. I've learned a lot. And, you know, I never thought that I was going to be in the best shape of my life by the age of 38. Because when you ask all the people, or my friends, they were like, I used to have my abs, but you were 15 years old, 18 years old.
Honestly, it's crazy. People think their life's over at like 30. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, it's nuts.
But also, do you really want that for your kids as well? Do you want to say to your daughters, right, like, oh, Daddy was in shape when he was at college and doing sports? Like, we all were in shape then. Don't get me wrong. You want to be in shape when life is the hardest. Like, you're right now, and so am I. We're going through the hardest phase. If you're in top condition, and that's what motivates me, how impressive is that to be able to do that? Yeah,
I mean, I take this as an example. I love my dad. I really love my dad. But I didn't want to look... My dad now is in a really good shape. But back, maybe would say 2-3 years back, he was not in the best shape of his life. And he was like this huge belly. And I said, I don't want to look like that when I'm 65. And then I think our generation is started to notice that we don't have to be like that because the system told you that you need to be this, you need to retire by 65, and then whatever you have left of life, you live it your way, right? So now I think we're more conscious about taking care of our body. I mean, again, I never expected to be in the shape of my life by the age of 38. But I am now, and the best is yet to come, you know? It's like I'm not stopping here. And what it's been really, really fruitful for me is the last time I asked Julia, my oldest daughter, I said, you remember Daddy was a little bit bigger 2 years ago? And she said, no, Dad, I love the way you look amazing. And so she didn't notice, you know, and that is great because this is the image that she's going to get from her dad. Again, high standards, you know, you're raising the bar.
And they watch what you do, not what they say, right?
And that's what I love as well. Sometimes we are at home and then she grabs a bottle or something and she said like, look, Mommy, I'm squatting. And then she's
how good is that, man? Like, I just love it so much. It just shows the impact. We spoke about it before. It shows the impact, and I don't think people understand how powerful a real transformation can be, not just for you, but for everyone around you.
It's basically, the way I look at now is a legacy for us being parents. Is a legacy that you have to literally give to your kids because you are leading by example. If you're eating healthy, they're eating healthy.
And most dads, you know, pride themselves on, I'm going to build this financial income to pass down to my children. I'm going to buy this luxury watch and Rolex that I'm going to pass down to my son. But it's like, if you're also going to pass down these terrible habits that's going to lead your son overweight, I'd rather no Rolex, if I'm honest, and I'd rather my son be healthy, to be honest.
Of course.
I mean, why not go for both, right? We'll shoot for the stars. But I think everyone talks about your family inheriting things and materialistic items, but what about the lifestyle you give them and the future you give them?
I think that is the best gift that you can give them, honestly. The lifestyle.
If somebody,
healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very dramatic, but if someone's on their deathbed, it doesn't matter if they're wearing a Rolex or not, right? If somebody's chronically ill, it doesn't matter what's on your wrist or what car's outside,
and
you know?
Exactly, this is exactly one of the things that I'm doing this, because whenever I'm 40, 50, 60, I want to look good, you know. I want to be the guy that is 60 with the abs.
Yeah, 100.
Who says you cannot be that?
Absolutely, man.
Who says you cannot be that guy? 65 and still with the abs, with the muscles, everything. Like, why not?
Definitely.
I think that's so
Why
bad.
not?
Just why not? Yeah, why not?
So, Jose, some practical things, because it's very inspiring, but I want people who are listening to be able to take things away, some practical things that they could implement into their lifestyle. So let's go through a few topics here: training, nutrition, lifestyle, mindset. You can just reel off like a few tips and maybe some practical things that have worked for you or things that you've learned. So let's go training first and foremost. What have you learned? What's important when it comes to training?
Technique.
Let's go 3 things. Okay, technique.
Pacing, because you need to pace yourself whenever you're training, and breathing. It's very important to breathe. And I'm going to add one more. Listen to your coaches.
What do you mean by pacing? Like time?
Like time.
Patience?
Yeah. Like be patient with the progress and everything. Don't try to rush, because you see it in every time, right? You go to the gym and then you see the guy, he tries to do the push-ups with, I don't know, maybe weights on his legs. And it's, man, you slow down. I mean,
we've all been there.
Ego lifting will
Ego
always
lifting.
be. There'll always be a place in the gym for some ego
You're not
lifting.
doing any favor to yourself. So
I think something there. Just focus on yourself. Everyone's on their own journey, right? Everyone's on their own journey. And I
100%.
think it's important to recognise that comparison can be a nightmare.
and the
sometimes.
technique is really good because you're avoiding injuries. You know?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah,
And
you've
I've
been good
learned
with sending your form
a lot.
checks as well,
Yeah.
right? You've sent a lot of form checks, and I remember your first squat videos. They weren't great. Now they're
They're
full
amazing
on.
to look
No,
back at, though, aren't they?
yeah.
Like to
Yeah,
look
no, I
before
was
and
looking at my. Yeah, exactly. I was looking last time at my.
after. We all
I said,
start
"Who's
somewhere,
this
man.
guy?"
Yeah.
I
I
remember
was
seeing
like-
your first form check. I said, right, we've got some work to do. Now, but then, yeah, we progress you through the ranks. We got you doing the heel elevation, the full
Yeah.
depth, using a box to get the full depth, and now your squat is solid.
Yeah. Literally down to the floor and then up again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, so addressing form before weight, that's important. So nutrition, huge. Let's go. I mean, a massive topic, obviously, arguably the biggest one for fat loss in particular,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
If you control whatever you're eating, I think you're in control of everything. So again, trust the process. And the cravings, it's more psychological other than physically needed, you know? If you can control that, because let's be honest, whenever you're like without anything to do and you're sitting in the couch, it's like, or whenever you're bored, it's like,
Yes.
I need to, and then the first thing that comes into your mind, eat.
It's so funny
So-
you say that.
Get busy.
Get busy.
Get out.
Get out, get busy, walk, drink water as well.
Black
Very
coffee.
important.
Literally,
Black
we had that
coffee.
same conversation out there. I said we were talking about nutrition before you arrived, and one of the things I said was what people struggle with the most. Sometimes it's just boredom. Like, it's just habits. I'm bored. Let's look in the fridge. Let's look in the cupboard.
You know where it happens to me all the time whenever I'm flying, I'm the fly deck. You know, it's a very enclosed environment. So you're basically there seated for, I don't know, a certain amount of hours. And of course, you're always busy. You're doing things, but at some point you're relaxing, and that is like, oh. And then we have this snack box that we get all the flights, and you see all these amazing.
What's in the snack box?
Yeah, tell us all.
Usually we got fruit, yogurt, grabs, sandwiches, but you get like a
Big.
big one.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm very lucky because in my job, if I'm in a, let's say, nutrition plan, I can request like, hey, guys, I'm going to fly tonight, so I'm requesting my low-fat meal. So I get my
Love it.
low-fat meal for myself,
Amazing.
and that is really good.
But also, that's a decision you're making. I'm sure there's
Yeah,
pilots who
yeah.
want to get in shape who don't do that, right? So, you know, it's not just plain sailing and easy. So, okay, so nutrition-wise, tracking your food,
Yeah.
very important. And we had this conversation earlier because I said to myself, I've kind of been eating off a bit of like an automated, intuitive eating approach for a while. And I said to myself, right, I'm going to get myself on the app as if I'm a client, and I'm going to do everything that you guys do. Log my daily habits, log my nutrition. I've done it for like years in the past anyway, but just to freshen up a little bit.
Yeah.
I've done it for 1 week, properly tracking, weighing from home, and I've lost like 2.5 kg
Yeah,
in like
makes
5 days.
huge
And I'm like, wow,
difference.
it makes such a difference. I feel sharper. I feel like my energy is up. And it just reminded me of like how important this stuff is, man. It's important. And it's not that difficult. I think when you're traveling and you're on the go, that's a different ball game, and you
Yeah.
can only do what you can when you're traveling. But when you're at home, that's the time to lock in.
No
and,
excuses.
yeah, you got no excuses then either, right? So nutrition, tracking. What do you do when you're hungry? What's your kind of mindset? How do you get through those hunger moments?
I try not to think about food. Honestly, I was like, whenever I feel with a craving or something, I just drink a lot of water and then try to do something else, get busy basically.
Okay.
Distraction.
Distraction. And basically another thing that I wanted to add about nutrition is I made a mistake of the first 6 months I did not any cheat meals.
Okay.
I was like, I mean, I wouldn't say it was a mistake, correction, but I mean, if you said you need to have a cheat meal, then have your cheat meal. I mean,
Did you feel like you didn't earn it? Is that why you didn't have the cheat meal?
The other way around. I said, no, I think you had cheat meals for the last 36 years of your life. So now it's
you're
time
all cheat mealed out. Yeah.
No, that's such a good mindset, though, isn't it? Like, and it is like you almost earn the right to have one almost. For me, I always think it's great until you have it, and then afterwards you're like, I don't feel so great now. Like, it's always the thought of it is better than the actual consumption, right?
And then after for example, the last Sunday we got like sushi and something, and it's been a long time since. I mean, sushi is not that cheat meal.
Yeah,
anyway.
of course.
It's a very healthy food.
It's a great cheat meal. If you're gonna have a cheat meal, have some sushi.
After that, we got like the chocolate cake and everything. So I filled up myself at the moment that I was feeling like a little bit uncomfortable, like all bloated. And I said, what for? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
What for?
It's like when people have a Chipotle is always my one, or like a Subway, and they're like, oh, I'm still on plan. And it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many calories a Chipotle has in? Like, that's my cheat meal kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for me, when I'm getting in them hunger moments, I just try and reframe it in my mind as this is body fat melting off of my body right now, and I'm losing fat during this moment. And if you give in to the hunger in that moment, usually is when you wake up the next day and your body weight is the exact same, because you've given in to that. Whereas if you can just embrace that and kind of, we immediately think in this world, hungry, eat. So straight away, I've got to eat. It's like an emotional reaction, and it's like, right, you're not going to die, especially if someone's like 20% body fat. Like, you've got months before you're dying. So there's no.
Yeah, you're pretty safe.
Just sit with it.
Nothing's gonna happen.
And actually, that hunger is just, right, your body saying, George, you need food. You don't give in to that food. What does the body do? Oh, George isn't giving me food, but he's got stored body fat here. This energy, I'm going to use that to pull away. You've got reserves there. Unless you're 5% body fat and hungry, then that's an issue. But if not, fucking sit with it. Deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
We always say to me, like, being hungry is okay. And I always say that sometimes if you're in a big deficit, you are going to be hungry, but that is okay. Just accept it.
And it's funny because, I mean, for me, whenever I'm hungry, I know a lot of people that they get really, really mad if they don't eat. Like they lose it. But
never trust them people, by the way.
But for me, I don't know if it's because of my job that I don't follow like normal schedules, but I don't get mad at all. I mean, I just in control all the time. Yeah, chill.
Your job, composure, is like one of the most important traits, right? Arguably.
It is. And I think that's as well the way I've been trained as a pilot. I think it helped me out to be more methodically, more procedural on all this transformation. It really
Ben, has your perspective on flying changed since
I'm never going to be a fan of flying, Jose, no matter what it is.
But the more you speak to these
how relaxed they are in
pilots,
it's the safest way of
well, obviously we've got a few in the program right now, and me and George always have this conversation. We think like we're just at risk the whole time. We won't settle.
Me and Ben, the problem is we're control freaks, right? We want to be in the driver's seat
doing it.
It's like being a passenger of a car. I don't even like that.
I hate it.
But every time I mean, I don't blame you guys. Every time I travel with Carolina and there's some literally light turbulence, she's like clinging to the seat. Like, what's going on? I said, Carolina, you're married to a pilot and you have this kind of
chill.
I mean, nothing's gonna happen. So, but yeah, I get the point of, even with us, you see the pilots, if you're not in control, sometimes it's like, eesh, you just like.
I'm sitting there thinking, right, why is that wing making that noise? Where's that air hostess going? She's going out the back to tell there's a problem. She's scared.
Because you're overthinking. Nothing's
for
gonna happen.
however long it is, 8 hours. I'm not even joking. From minute 1 to 7:59, I'm analysing every single move. I cannot relax. I cannot switch off. I just need to be
you would be a very good pilot as well, because if you're analysing all the time, it's good. That's what we do, basically.
Okay.
There we go. Change your career.
So let's get on to lifestyle. Being a dad of 2 young daughters, flying, lifestyle tips.
Amazing, honestly. My lifestyle now is, I really enjoy, because I'm full of energy. I enjoy to be around my girls. This job that I have actually gives me a lot of time with my family. So it gave me more confidence on the way I look. on the way I want to project myself as a family leader with my wife along. But I would say the lifestyle is really good. You go to the pools and everything, and it's just amazing just to play with your kids.
But is there any tips around lifestyle? I mean, you kind of touched on them, right, with sleep and with getting up
sleep,
early.
Yeah, waking up early is one of the things. If you want to have time for yourself, you need to make time.
Yeah.
And for me, what it works is wake up early.
Amazing. And last one, mindset, arguably the biggest one. What tips around mindset? What mindset changes if you adopted?
Don't let anyone try to let you down. I mean, just focus on yourself. If you have a plan, stick to the plan. Don't take any detours, because detours in the end, they work, but not on the way you want to get to the goal. So stick to the plan. If you have a plan, stick to it. Don't take detours.
And first and foremost, get a plan. Even if it's not coaching, get a plan.
Stick to the plan, and don't get detours.
Yeah. I always say that with a plan, right? It's like some people want to get in shape with no plan, and it's almost like, imagine saying, right, we're in Dubai right now and I want to get to this specific place in Abu Dhabi, and I just start getting in my car, not even knowing the roads, and I just start driving, right? I'm going to drive, but I don't know, am I going to Sharjah, am I going to Abu Dhabi? I'm going to start to follow signposts, and I might get there, but it might take me like 2 days.
A long time. Yeah.
Whereas if I actually had, Google Maps, and I had that exact roadmap that I just follow to a T, I'm going to get there in an hour.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same with health and fitness. Get a plan and then follow it, and hopefully the plan's realistic with your life. Obviously that's the goal of what we try and do. Analyze your life and go, right, what can Jose do, and try and push it to like the upper ceiling of that,
of course,
and then see how you cope with it, and then refine as we go. Any questions from you, Ben?
Yeah, well, one of the ones that I wanted to ask Jose is, obviously it's a huge day tomorrow for you. Obviously you've gone through this outrageous transformation. We floated the idea of the transformation a couple of months ago, whatever it was. What do you think that will mean to you? Like standing in front of a camera, showing off all your hard work. What do you think that moment will mean to you?
At the very beginning, when George mentioned that for me, like I was going to have a photo shoot, I said like, oh, I mean, like I want to keep it for myself. But now it's like, no, I mean, it's paying a tribute for the hard work that you've done. And it's more than paying a tribute as well, is showcasing everyone that if you could do it, everyone can do it. Like you can be inspirational, you can be the guy that actually changes someone's life, which, by the way, that's what you're doing, guys. Like you're making inspirational changes to so many people. Like the good life, honestly, it is a good life. So very excited to it. And I mean, I've been dreaming, honestly, about it. Like, how is it going to be? I'm very excited.
And you're not doing that as like, oh, look at me with this photo and how glamorous I am.
It's for me.
It's a checkpoint in your life that you can look back on and be proud of. It's like having a trophy, right?
Yeah.
That you can look back on one day. And secondly, to add to that as well, it's going to inspire a lot of people. I mean, the most amount of people that have joined our program, look at how you joined the program, right? Griselda's posted her photo shoot transformation in a group, and you've taken action. I know there was a lovely photo of me in there, right? but Griselda's gone through her photo shoot transformation. The most amount of clients that we've ever transformed are off the back of seeing people's photo shoot transformations and going, do you know what? That person's got this busy life and working all these hours and got kids. Why can't I do that? And you're setting the example. And sometimes actually as coaches, people assume we're just like robots and we're not real people. So it's actually good to get real people in and go, right, look, Jose's like this. If he's like this, why can't you do it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good day.
It's going to be
an amazing day.
I'm excited. I think it's just one of the closing points is just so powerful. The fact you're actually able to sit there, considering where you were 12 months ago, and say, I want to inspire other people.
Yeah.
That change within 12 months is a long time, but it's not a long time in the grand scheme of things.
No.
Like for you to be in a place where you're not happy at all with where you are, 12 months later, you're like, I actually want to help other people. I want to inspire other people. That's a huge journey.
And even your wife, right? I mean, that's one of the biggest wins, that you've got your wife to start her transformational journey as a mother. So that's huge, and you're both doing this together now, which makes it a bit easier on the same path. So yeah, man, the future is bright for Jose Gomez. Life's just getting started. It's like a whole restart of life. This is not
stopping here anyway.
No.
It's going to get even better.
And the question we always like to finish on, Jose, is what does the good life mean to you? I feel like you're like the perfect representation of the good life. What does it mean to Jose? I mean, coffee.
Yeah,
Garmin's.
Coffee, the community-wise is amazing.
Yeah, honestly. You enjoy that?
Yeah, I really enjoy it, especially the Track Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, last training was really good.
Love it. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
You were nearly throwing up, right? Being sick nearly.
Yeah. No, I was. Man, honestly, I was like the first 800 meters. I was like, "What is this?"
It's a long way to go.
What is
Yeah.
this? And then you see the clock like 1 minute. You have to go again.
Go,
It's like,
yes,
no,
my man.
another minute. No, please, no. But yeah, Good Life is honestly, as a community, I'm really enjoying to be part of it, and looking forward to get this community even bigger and full of
it's just
inspirational
getting started.
people.
Yeah, we're building savages, one
It's
person
exciting.
at a time.
Absolutely.
And the thing that I absolutely love about your transformation is that you really are doing it all. You know, you're a dad, you've got 2 young daughters. I know the troubles that come with that, the sleepless nights. You're traveling across the world. Your sleeping patterns are all over the place, and there's never an excuse. I've never heard an excuse from you. You're not a victim, and you always just make the best of every day, which I think is important. So, congrats, my man.
I have to be very thankful and
Congrats,
grateful
my
with you
brother.
guys
Thank you.
because you were part of this big transformation as well. So
Just
thank
to
you very
start.
much.
Just to start, Jose.
Pleasure, Jose. Thanks for your time
Yeah,
today,
thank
mate.
you.
And we'll do a 2.0 at some point.
Of
After
course.
a few of our adventures, we'll come back and we'll debrief.
Looking
Love it.
forward to it.
Thanks, my man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.